It's the Wickersham Leader Show with today's episode, Kong of the Hour. Hello, everybody. How are you all doing today? Are you got your boxing gloves on? Are you ready to show the world what your battling skill entails? Are you ready to, play Smash Bros. For about 3 hours, give or take? I know you are. It's true. Well, oh goodness. I've been practicing for a few weeks now. Do you ever dream that so that you want, you get what you... Are you that kid trying to quote that Hercules line? Sure. Yeah. I mean, good. I've been practicing for several weeks in a row now, and by golly, I need to get one. I hope you guys will agree. Let me start the arena for y'all. Hello, Heitoru. Oh, I know the oven copy pasta. I always use that one. Why do they call it an oven? When you oven the hot food out, cold eat the food. GBD1N. GBD1N. So I've been playing a mix of battles on Quick Play and battles in my own room to try to get a sense of what to do in these fights, and it can be pretty hard. Alright. Oof. Can't say I've seen much Cloud gameplay like this one before. Threw me off for sure. I absolutely was not expecting any of that the way it happened. Can't say I've really seen Cloud gameplay like that before. Congus, you changed your icon to an Inkling. What's up with that? Just felt like it? Or did you start picking up Inkling more? Wait, people keep kicking you for your banjo icon? That's so mean. What the heck is going on? What's Joker doing? I knew it would come back to bite me. I just want to know what. I just wonder what this Joker's strategy actually is. They really are just using that move over and over until they get me, I guess. Wow, that reaches? I admit, I'm at a bit of a loss. I kind of am not sure what to do about this match. That was strange. Didn't do a lot of the Joker stuff I was expecting Joker to do. Oh, you are playing band. Wow, you got me. You fooled me. That's not at all what I wanted to do. 4th, really? Just to die unceremoniously? What am I supposed to do if I land on my back on a platform? I can't, like, do anything except get up. And then everything is immediately free for you to get me with. And I can't stop it from happening. You're too good. Like, I land on the platform on my back. What am I supposed to do? Because I can't stop it from happening. You know, I was reading, I saw this post the other day about Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and apparently people just, someone posted this information about the website that said that, that there were going to be I remember the text said something to the effect of, there will be items that transform all of the characters, or something like that. There will be power-ups that transform characters. And for some reason, people are just kind of taking that to mean that there will be unique power-ups for each character, even though the post didn't confirm a thing. And I'm seeing like 3 or 4 different posts from other people just saying that, yes, it's absolutely confirmed. And I'm wondering how. It feels like back when the Mario movie had its first trailer, and they were just saying that woman voiced Peach from the Super Show, and there was no information confirming that or anything. They just kind of believed it. Don't lie on the internet. Well, you do. Never once said an untruth. 7 out of 10. Sonic 06. Hello, Kate. Wow, it's been a bit, hasn't it? I do feel kind of bad dunking on Sonic 06 all the time. Not because it doesn't deserve it, but because it's just so overplayed at this point. It's been years. You know, what am I doing still talking about it? Like, it was emblematic for everything wrong with the Sonic franchise at the time it came out, and now people have all different complaints about Sonic, so it's just, it's never gonna get fixed. Banjo just got demolished. Pidgey. That's not a Pidgey. Guess it's partially the reason a lot of old elements that weren't even a problem got scrubbed off. Yeah, I mean, you could totally see the reaction to that. Consider, I mean, remember when Sonic 4 was coming out? And remember the specific ways that they talked about that game? They were saying, back to the classics, only Sonic the Hedgehog, because there was a well, not, I don't know about non-insignificant amount of people, but there was definitely a number of people who were championing the idea that Sonic games should have only ever been Sonic. Nuts and Bolts was a train wreck? Nuts and Bolts was a very competent video game. It just didn't have the gameplay people liked, is all. Sonic 4 was a very poor game and a poor imitation of the games it was trying to be like. Thread the needle. Nuts and Bolts, I still say Nuts and Bolts is a very good game. I played it on stream a few years ago, and I had a lot of fun with it. Ooh, look at that. She tossed it to her little buddy. Hello, Booster. Well. Oh. Uh-oh. It's okay, Rosalina. Just use your gravity manipulation god powers. A jet flew over your house. You've never given Nuts and Bolts a serious go? I mean, the only way to play it now is on the Xbox consoles. You can't play it on PC. Oh, wow. How low are they flying? Higher than me, I hope. You check it on Rare Replay. Yeah, but you can only play it on the consoles. You can't play it on PC. Well, that works for me. Oh my gosh, that should have hit him. That should have absolutely hit him. And I did the wrong one. Man, sometimes I wonder what all the practice is for. Because if when the time comes, I'm gonna just lose anyway. How far did you get in Nuts and Bolts, then? Have you played any of the GBA ones? Like Grunty's Revenge or Banjo Pilot? Pidgey in the Discord? I don't know. I don't know anything about the Nuts and Bolts fan other than the JonTron vid, but I was ticked off for Banjo fans because he made it sound like they misled people. Well, the first trailer showed off that Banjo and Kazooie were getting another game. It didn't really say anything what the game would be, but if you were a Banjo fan, you would assume that it was going to be like the other two games. The second trailer showed off the car mechanic, and it showed Gruntilda building a car. And that's kind of the only trailers that I believe were really shown off before people knew what the game was like. The E3 trailer just said Banjo was back. Didn't say what they were doing or... Now keep in mind, there was like a year in between those two trailers. We know that Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts started out as a remake of the original Banjo-Kazooie for the original Xbox. We also know that it was a project that got too big and they wanted to expand it to something else. So the desire to make cars came from a discussion about world size. If you've played Banjo-Tooie, you know that the worlds in those games are pretty large. They wanted to make them even bigger than that. And they were thinking, well, what if we had a little vehicle for our character, for Banjo to get around with? And then they asked, well, what if you could customize the vehicle? And then at that point, they felt like they had a fun idea for a gameplay that involved building and making vehicles. So it's basically just that they... Man, it's not even misleading people on purpose who would buy it. I don't know if they... Well, the first trailer definitely wouldn't have made you think that it was going to be a car racer. That much is true. Were they intentionally misleading people? I don't think so. But like I said, there was a year in between those two games. That trailer was at E3 2005, and then the game released in 2007. And there was another trailer in 2006. So to me, it just says that, you know, things change in development. I also generally don't like that JonTron video anymore because it really just misled people into what the game was like. Building the cars is actually pretty fun, and the game is full of references and discussion points that Banjo fans would recognize and enjoy there. It didn't really ignore the spirit of the series. I mean, it poked fun at itself, but that's what Rare does. They always did those kind of self-deprecating humor a little bit. Like the bit where they said, now the goal is to collect as much useless junk as possible. Honestly, if you're a Banjo fan, you gotta kind of admit, that's kind of true. You are collecting a bunch of junk. You know the drill, but the question is, do you think them saying that is a slight against the players, or do you think that them saying that is a slight against themselves? A lot of people felt like it was a slight against the players, that they were making fun of them for liking the games. But I really don't believe that was the case. So we gotta rage quit. Besides, it's been 15 years? Jeez, sorry, Zelrog. Yeah, but, you know, some people can't handle losing, like me. Oh, that was the rotation anyway? Okay, that works. Anyway, it's been 15 years. I think I think at this point people should look past what they feel like the game should have been and look more at what the game is. And I think what's there is a pretty fun vehicle, a vehicle creation and and like racing title, it really makes good use of the different tools that you have at your disposal. Now, some missions suck. I'm not gonna deny that. That one mission where you have to, use the, where you have to use the car that doesn't have an engine for eco-friendly reasons sucks. The Terrarium of Terror in general is not a very well-designed level. How much does the game have in common with the originals? Well, I mean, if you surface level, you still collect Jiggies. You still collect Jiggies to progress. Actually, there's a nice thing is that Gruntilda is still insulting you when you go through the overworld whenever you pass by her, which is more in line with Banjo-Kazooie than Tooie. Gruntilda rhymes again. That was something that Tooie didn't have. And that's something that legitimately makes her a much more fun. Nice thing is that you're still being insulted. It's true, Gruntilda insulting you as you walk through the layer added a level of character to her that wasn't common in a lot of platformers of the time. Gosh. Sorry, the music's just a little too loud. Let's see. There's also a lot of dialogue and jokes between various characters throughout the world. Although, as opposed to there being unique NPCs for every world, they have a series of NPCs who are the same, but they play different roles. So it's like they're from the world, but they're just acting it out. I don't know. Banjo and Kazooie's character are roughly the same. I can't really say anything wrong. But I feel it's fair for fans to feel betrayed. Sure, absolutely. And I'm not saying that they don't have a right to say, I don't like that this thing isn't like the originals. What I think gets lost in the scuffle, though, is, you know, at that point, I think there should be some sort of concession that even if you don't enjoy a game, it can still have quality elements to and be a fighting game on its own. You know what I mean? I mean, that's ultimately why the thing of Banjo Nuts and Bolts even exists in the first place. There's a difference between expectation and outcome. I don't know if there's I don't know if I have a real answer for anything like this. I know what I think, and I think that Banjo-Kazooie is a fine game that I had a lot of fun with when I played it. And I think that people should give it another chance. But if you hate it, I can't really stop you from hating it, can I? And at the end of the day, it's just a video game. You know, like, you don't need to base your entire personality. Have you streamed it? Oh, yeah. I streamed it, in 2019, because I played all the Banjo games in a row leading up to Banjo's release in Smash. Although that's probably the last time I played it. I had a lot of fun doing so, though. Was there a handheld one? There were. There was Banjo-Kazooie Grunty's Revenge on the GBA and Banjo Pilot on the same console. Banjo-Kazooie Grunty's Revenge is... It's not a bad game. It's pretty serviceable. There's really nothing wrong with it, but it's clear that you're not going to be getting a console-like experience. It's an isometric 3D platformer, which is probably the best way you could do that. It feels like a Banjo game. You know, I'm not going to say it's not. It feels like the other two that came before it. And it fits it, and it coincidentally fits itself into the series timeline in a way where it doesn't affect anything. Isometric hand ports make me go, I heard that the Spyro ones are pretty decent too. Banjo Pilot, on the other hand, I really like Banjo Pilot, but I know that that game is not great. It's a racing game where you're in planes, but it doesn't really take advantage of the fact that you're in planes at all. You're still limited to the road, and if you go off-road, your plane loses speed even though there's no reason for that to happen. And it's not like that was... And the only thing that's really notable about Banjo Pilot as a game is that it originally started off as Diddy Kong Pilot. Have you played Diddy Kong Racing? Yeah, on stream even. Heck, why does that let him get so far back? Ah, gosh. Any thoughts on that version? Well, the DS version is mostly comparable to the original game. There's really nothing wrong with it gameplay-wise. The graphics are a little nicer. The story mode is basically the same. The what is it? The adventure is a little different though, because as opposed to the coin races in the original where you had to collect, I think it was 10 coins, 5 or 10 coins. You had to collect a bunch of coins and then finish the race in first, and they were scattered throughout the track. They added a touchscreen game where you were on a flying carpet as you went around the track, and you had to collect coins that were on the screen. It's not hard, but it is a little different, and I think some people definitely weren't there for that because it's not racing. The character roster is mostly the same, although Banjo and Conker were replaced by Dixie and Tiny. In some ways, I think that's good, because it's called Diddy Kong Racing, but it has, like, no other Donkey Kong stuff in it, so it feels a little weird that it's just kind of its own thing. What else? Oh, they added more playable characters. They added Wizpig and Taj as playable characters, although they aren't amazing, and they take a while to unlock too. You have to beat Adventure Mode and Adventure Mode 2 to get Taj and Wizpig, which is kind of lame. They added 4 new tracks based off of DK Island, although it didn't get added to the story mode proper, which makes them feel weirdly disjointed. The only way you can play them is if you do races in multiplayer or like races separate from the adventure mode. But I feel like most people would play the adventure mode over everything else anyway. All the boss fights were changed to use touch controls instead, and I'm not a fan of that. I think that I mean, the boss fights were already pretty frustrating in the originals, but being forced to control it while you were also in charge of steering manually with the touch screen, not amazing. For me personally, but when I was a kid, I didn't mind about any of that stuff. I just played through the game. Although I also never figured out how to get to Future Funland in that when I was a kid. Some people were upset that they changed the voices of all the characters. I don't really mind that much. Like when you pick them and they say, "Hi, I'm Diddy," right? They changed those. Oh, and they changed Taj's voice so that he has a British accent instead of an Indian one. Oh my gosh, what a reversal. But anyway, I don't think you can really go wrong playing either version. Although I would probably recommend the N64 version over the remake, if only for the fact that it's more about just the races and you don't have to deal with, like, touchscreen stuff. But if you have a DS, Diddy Kong Racing is not an expensive game to come across. Most people want Mario Kart DS instead. The DKR decomp is still a little over halfway done. The Banjo decomp is almost finished. Oh. Sorry, Lucario. Oh, man. Nothing more frustrating than that. Was that intentional, or...? Back when Brawl came out, were you guys more of a, Lucario guy, or were you a Mewtwo defender? I remembered wanting Mewtwo more than Lucario. I had only played Melee for a little bit, and I thought Mewtwo was cooler. Mewtwo was a villain, and villains are cool. That's true. Well, does Mewtwo really count as a villain in Pokemon? He's just kind of waiting in a cave for you. I guess it's more so things in his lore. But there's also the movie. The Mewtwo movie is probably most of it. I mean, he makes, in the Japanese version, he even directly quotes lines from the movie. He has all the same voice lines in English, but he doesn't talk. Lucario felt schlocky, excuse me. Mewtwo Prime? Which one's Mewtwo Prime? The dude-sounding one. Oh. Yes, in the movie, but, like, in the game, Mewtwo is just waiting for you in a cave, right? Although Cinnabar Island is destroyed. But Cinnabar Island wasn't destroyed by Mewtwo? The one from the Genesect movie is not him. No. Apparently the movies are... The movies are, like, assumed to be canon, I believe. They're, like... But... Just the lab was wrecked. Wasn't it, like... Can't remember. What's the whole... Oh, you're right. I'm thinking of Gen 2. The whole thing got destroyed by a volcanic eruption. That's what it is. Yeah, so there's definitely an element of Mewtwo being a terrifying Pokemon, but he doesn't... I mean, the villains of the game is either, depending on how you look at it, your rival or Giovanni. Not... not Mewtwo. Hello, Omni. Good to see you. This sounds like... This song sounds like the theme song to a children's show from the 60s. Anyways, in the... So, anyway, I guess it doesn't really matter, though, because at the end of the movie, they all lose their memories, right? And Ash doesn't remember that the movie happened. Because the next time we see Ash, the next time we see Mewtwo talk to Ash, it's in an episode of the show, right? And that's the time that Ash remembers Mewtwo from. Wasn't all interesting Giovanni starting to do dimension hopping? Well, it's not the same Giovanni, right? It's Giovanni from an alternate dimension. And considering that Sun and Moon was all about dimension hopping, I think that makes sense. Do you think Jesse or James could appear in the new anime? Although supposedly I heard that it was actually pretty good. Like the animation is very nice and they're doing a really nice job with it. But I haven't heard much about the actual story, and no one's really talking about them. It distances themselves from Ash's plotline a lot. Well, Ash isn't the protagonist anymore. I don't know if Ash is, the girl's really Ash's kid. I don't... she's not Ash's kid. Oh man, if she was Ash's kid, do you think they would confirm which of Ash's partner he eventually ended up marrying? Her dad was introduced. Oh, okay. Well, then that kind of answers that. Ash is too stupid to comprehend romance. I don't know, man. He almost had a thing with Serena. Honestly, if they did do a story about Ash finding love and having a kid, I would probably pick Serena. If only because that's the one that they like actually tried to make it a romantic couple for. But I think a lot of fans would have preferred Misty. My pick is really obvious if you think about half my ships for a second. No, he's not going to marry Gladion. Oh, excuse me. It was go, you fool. Whatever. Go is marrying Hal. Right, I forgot. Excuse me. Not Go, excuse me. Gladion's marrying Hal. If she was Ash's kid, she would be 1/4 Mr. Mime. Hello, Tiberius. Oh my gosh. Okay, I got so excited to do another run of the Pokemon Emerald Rogue yesterday that I ended up doing another run. It was so easy because I found Zacian. Now and I guess I also found a shiny Zacian in the Safari Zone, so now I have 2 of them. Sora is not playing around. No, Congress is very good. She has a child. You know, I always kind of hoped that Rosalina would be a character that we'd get to see a little bit more about as the Mario series went on. She's the only character with a real backstory, and I feel a little sad that it never really went anywhere. Supposedly, it was Miyamoto saying that he disliked the stories to begin with, and he hated that they gave her a backstory in Mario Galaxy. But, I don't know if that's the case or not. Storybook was snuck in behind his back. Yeah, that's what I remember reading about. But Miyamoto also wasn't involved in a directorial fashion on the Mario games since Mario 64. He's been doing Pikmin since then. Hope we see in the 3rd Mario movie that will probably happen. She could be in the 2nd one. But I mean, talk about leaving an impact on the series. Rosalina immediately got the, what's the word I'm looking for? Rosalina immediately made her stance in the Mario franchise as a mainstay. Most other characters can't say that. I mean, how about Flood or Egad? Egad was in the Luigi's Mansion games. Well, that's where he came from, but he hasn't really made it to mainstay status like Rosalina has. He's been limited pretty much to that series. You know, Egad doesn't get to be in Mario Kart. Rosalina got to be in Mario Kart after her first appearance in a Mario game. Ooh. Remember when Rosa was a heavy in Mario Kart Wii? She's actually a heavy in Mario Kart 8 as well. Rosalina is pretty much heavy everywhere except for in Smash. Well, I'm pretty sure the reason she was a heavy is because Mario Kart Wii had an even balance of heavyweight and lightweight characters. Heavyweight, lightweight, and middleweight characters, they all had 6. And because of that, some characters got upgraded to a heavier weight class. Like, Diddy Kong and Bowser Jr. got upgraded from lightweights and Double Dash to heavyweights in Mario Kart, to middleweights in Mario Kart Wii. Rosalina was a heavyweight in a game that, in a series that traditionally does not have a lot of heavyweights. I mean, I imagine that's the reason they also added Funky Kong, because they wanted another heavyweight, and they were like, well, this would be a fun entry. Although they could have used Petey Piranha, because King Boo managed to stick around. Oh, man. 8 is a really good Mario Kart. I recommend getting it if you want. I tried. There's only so much you can do. Waiting didn't get me anywhere, so I had to do something. I couldn't go to grab him, and he would just shield all of my aerials and retaliate, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I can't force Sora to do anything he doesn't want to do because I'm Donkey Kong. Anyway, yeah, I mean, Rosalina was also probably picked more to be a heavyweight because of her height more so than her actual weight. She probably is not that heavy, but she's tall. She's taller than Peach and Daisy by a significant margin, at least in the Mario Galaxy games. Plus, she has that ability to turn herself huge, which she uses in Mario Galaxy's finale. Smashy has the Mewtwo treatment. Right, but I think in Rosalina's case, people don't mind. You can't have called Nording. Did Sora get Norded? I didn't know Sora got Norded. I thought he avoided the Nording. He literally could if Nomura wanted him to. Well, not anymore. Nording is dead. One of my friends was talking about me playing the Kingdom Hearts 2, and I felt really bad because there's somebody who gets really emotionally attached to characters like Roxas, and I am just not playing the games like that. Oh my gosh, you saved him. I just am not, experiencing the game in a way where I'm getting emotionally attached to people like that in Kingdom Hearts. And I feel bad because I feel like I'm doing a disservice because I don't understand I don't appreciate the games the way the fans do. Maybe it's the way I've been exposed to the series. I've kind of been told all the plot before I even started playing this series. Oh yeah, those are the shorts they added today. Those are pretty good shorts. Better than Aquamania from the last batch. Barnyard Olympics is okay. I mean, a lot of Mickey's early work is not amazing. It was from a different time. I do like Donald's cousin Gus, though. That's a fun little short. Even if you went in blind, the nonsense plot would likely ruin it for you. I don't think that the plot is really the thing that you should be focusing on. I don't think the overall story is something that the characters care about, and I don't think it's something that the game wants you to care about. They allude to larger things, but the character interactions within the story are where the game really shines for people. Like, Roxas's story is, like, you look into it, it's a very heartfelt story. Oh. Like the characters in it and the way they interact. That sounds like you're attached to Kingdom Hearts, then. Hello, Lara Cross. How's the stream been going? Oh, I've been losing, but that's normal. Oh my gosh, you got a kill within the first 15 seconds. Let's go, Celeste. Common DK struggles. Well, I don't think it's a common DK struggle. It's a me problem. I still suck. I've been trying to not suck, but trying to not suck is harder than sucking. From the outside, it certainly does come across as an essay that was due at midnight. I took a break from Twitch and Smash for a while. Well, but I want to be good at Smash. For me to be good at Smash, I have to practice, and I have to practice a lot. It's work. It's hard work. Because at the end of the day, your opponent is the person that you have to find. You have to figure out how to figure out what your opponent is doing. It's a lot of hard work. But I believe that when I get there to a level of competence I'll be happy with, I will be having a lot more fun. Being led on by a low-effort corporate project. I don't know how you could... I could not feel... I do not feel like Kingdom Hearts is a corporate project. I know it's got Disney characters in it, but the story's basically being written by one guy, right? It's pretty much his story. And he can basically do whatever he wants. Disney is apparently very lax with what they allow Kingdom Hearts to do overall, at least with what they used to allow them to do. I know Kingdom Hearts 3 pretty infamously forced them to put in Let It Go somewhere in there. Plus, I don't know, it just feels like fan fiction a lot of the time. It doesn't feel corporate at all, you know what I mean? I love the artwork. It does have very nice looking artwork. I love the rendering style for Donald and Goofy. Although it's interesting that they have Donald and Goofy in their normal outfits when in-game they don't have them. I mean, I love the music. The music is actually really nice most of the time, but it's the battle themes that really hit the spot for me. Not so much the character, the level music. Oof, nice hit. Maybe if I really want to get better at DK, maybe I should unbind my B button, because as long as that B button's there, I'm gonna keep using up special. For those of you who do practice a lot, what does that look like? What is concerted practice look like? Is it every day? I mean, I guess it would have to be every day, wouldn't it? Yikes. That didn't look like that should kill. Didn't even get the lightning. Might have been bad DI. Everyone's complaining about the titles. What's wrong with the titles? My only real complaint with the way Disney Plus organizes the shorts is that they list them all as their own shows individually. They should have Mickey Mouse shorts as one set and then separate it by years. That's what I think they should do. Reissue titles. I see. He's writing because he has a story to tell. He's writing to extend the franchise. I don't know. I don't know if I ever really felt that. Three to 4 days a week, a 2-hour session can work just as well. So you basically, Zelrog, you're saying you just join these streams and that's it. I knew he was gonna do that. It's hard to not feel hopeless when you get matches like this. Like, what did I practice for? I buffered my fare. I look at what other DKs are doing, and I see that, and I try to do that, and I can't do it. And I've tried a few times. I've looked up resources. I've checked out the DK Discord because they have all those lovely resources there about how to do combos and how to play around characters. And I see how aggressive that the actual DK players can be, and they seems like they know exactly what to do. But I don't know why I can't get myself into the mindset that they have. I want to be able to just go off, but it just doesn't happen. And I've been trying to figure out why for a really long time. I can't figure out what's wrong with the way I do it that's preventing... What's wrong with my mental that's preventing me from getting there? I mean, I'm not angry at the game. I'm upset at myself more so than anything else. I've been trying for a long time to get good. Anyway, for Kingdom Hearts, I mean, the Mickey casts are very, Mickey and the gang are very flexible characters. You can kind of stick them in anything and it'll work. That's kind of how they're designed. As long, like, they fit various archetypes. And Mickey can probably play any hero-type character. It doesn't really matter. Me turning Mickey into a Punisher-style anti-hero. Hey, that could work. If you write it well enough, I think that Mickey could fit that. Mickey Mouse and Frank Castle. Frank Castle. I don't know Frank Castle. The Punisher. Oh. See, I don't really pay attention to too much Marvel stuff outside of the movies. Granted, I haven't watched a Marvel movie in a while. Just not really invested in it. Well, unless Spider-Verse counts, but I haven't watched anything from, like, Disney Marvel Studios in a while. I liked Across the Spider-Verse, but you already knew that. Punisher is one of the most ridiculous Marvel's iconic lineup. Yeah, I mean, the strange thing about the Punisher is is just the fact that he's got no powers, right? And given all the crazy stuff that goes on in Marvel's universe, it's kind of a wonder that the Punisher survives as long as he does, you know? That, I feel sorry for you, Zelrog. That looked horrible to not get the kill on a 98%, but that move was probably stale. What was the Looney Tunes superhero show? Oh, that's Lunatics Unleashed. That was they were descendants of the original Looney Tunes. It was like, what were their names? Slam Tasmanian, Red Runner, something like that. The Roadrunner and the Coyote had a problem because their families hated each other. Coyotes and Roadrunners just naturally hate each other, and they were like bridging the gap. Some characters were not different, like Marvin was basically the same. He was still Marvin. Foghorn Leghorn was instead a human man named Mr. Leghorn. I'm gonna watch Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck is probably better than Lunatics Unleashed anyways. I'm a little surprised that they didn't try to do a new version of any of those. I'm a little surprised that they didn't try to do a new version of any of those Disney afternoon shows after DuckTales did so well. Any opinions on 2017 DuckTales reboot? I have not seen it yet. I am not crazy about the way the characters look. But that's just me. I know that the art itself is actually really fine and it's good. But I don't know. I'm not crazy about the way the bills look. And I think some characters got it worse than others. Like, I saw a clip of the episode with Panchito in it, and I think Panchito looks pretty bad. I would have preferred something that looks more like the Carl Barks comics. I mean, that's why Donald has the black outfit. It's from the comics. And they included a lot more references to things that happened within the comic books. I know a lot of people really like Huey, Dewey, and Louie, but they don't sound like kids. Somebody must have dubbed over them. It's been ages. All I see everyone talk about is that one ducker with a striped shirt who works for some evil lady. You're gonna need to be a little more specific. I don't know her name. It's been too long. New Urusei series is pretty bad. Everybody sounds the same and they're all really flat. I would hope at least that Loom isn't flat. Haha, boob joke. She's all the fandom would ever talk about, though. I don't know who you're referring to. It's pronounced like plum, and yes, her voice is really off. Lena Saberwing. Is she the crow? No, she's a duck. Okay. People ship her with Webby. I know who Webby is. I know who Webby is. She was in the original DuckTales too, but they changed a lot about her story. Especially since Webby is also now apparently April as well. And then The Legend of the Three Caballeros comes out and they have completely different characterizations for some of them. But the DuckTales versions are so popular that now those are the versions in the Disney parks. And they even use Webby's 2017 design in like pictures of the characters in their houses. And Mickey never made an appearance throughout that entire show, but Goofy did. Should Max be in Kingdom Hearts? Yes. What do you think? He's like should it be like Kid Max and he's like a protege learning how to be a shield man like his dad? Or is it College Max? Saw the second movie way more than the first one.
Yes.
Then one of Donald's nephews learns magic. Well, Huey, Dewey, and Louie have managed to stay. Want that dude to try to get Sora hooked on cheese. Oh my gosh, I can't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about. The dude who made the Leaning Tower of Cheese. Wasn't there a Christmas special with GS Max having a GF that wasn't Roxanne? Yes. Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas. Where's the blacksmith? Where is she? Okay. Well, DK just forgot what moves were. Well, I finally got one. Also, I don't think I fought Congus during that rotation. He awkwardly sits on the side while Goofy and Max are having their argument on the car. Is Donald there? Mickey and Donald were in that movie. Oh, okay, you fought me first. Alright, well. Guess I just don't remember. If Goofy's involved in the plot, what's his explanation for adventuring with Sora? Well, it's not the first time they've done that, because they did worlds based on Fantasia and the Three Musketeers. But the context for those worlds was different. Child service has been treating you well. If it's not, if it's adult Max, then it like works a bit better there. Although they've been going back to using Kid Max a lot more. Ah, just barely. Well, I did a kind of cool string there and got Palutena off stage, but I failed to really make an impact beyond that. You know, what I don't know how to do when I play Smash. People say that you should be, what is it? That you should be playing for like small victories or trying to do a specific thing. But that's, I don't know, I can't do that. Like, it's really hard for me to try to do those specific things because lots of players can do very basic things that gets them out of it. Like, I've been trying to get a hang on some grab combos, but it's very percentage dependent. You mean DK? Yep. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. I tend to like these heavyweight grappler type characters. When I play TF2, I like to play the heavy. When I'm playing, when I played Overwatch back in the day, I would play Reinhardt. My favorite god in Smite is Hercules. More of a lightweight hard hitters. Are there a lot of those? That doesn't seem like an archetype that really exists a lot. Little Mac. Oh. I hate fighting Little Mac. Pyra's not lightweight. Glass cannons. Oh, right. Oh my gosh. Sora's recovery is really annoying. Yeah, but it is linear. He can only really do one thing for the most part. So you know where he's gonna be. I mean, I guess I actually had a back and forth unlike what I normally do, but it doesn't feel satisfying because I didn't win. It's really hard for me to like agree with people who say that winning isn't everything, because winning's the only thing that the game really keeps track of and cares about, you know? You don't win tournaments by doing a cool combo once. I mean, everything you do in practice, it's towards the goal of letting you win, right? Everything's about winning. I won a local tournament once. Ooh, you get a cool prize or anything? There's this game store near me that offers, like, discounts and in-store cash. Okay with being stilled enough not to get stomped by pros. Well, that's the rub, isn't it? I'm getting stomped. I am getting stomped by people all the time. Stomped isn't like 3-stock, which you don't do often. Hello, Toasty. A lot of people don't feel the need to win a tourney despite striving for improvement. Well, I don't mean a tournament specifically, but whether you're trying to win locals or friendlies or even a local, excuse me, even just among some friends, you know. Okay with losing, but only because nobody in here talks down to you. Oh, well, I don't want to talk down to people. I guess, although it does kind of get the better of me mentally sometimes. Like, when somebody... Have you ever noticed whenever we get a Steve player, suddenly the whole conversation is about Steve's viability? Suddenly the conversation always turns towards the character who's winning the lobby. It's really annoying trying to have fun when competitive chubs whine about my playstyle and call me cringe. You can be cringe, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. I've seen some actually aim to land a cool combo or a cool tech and just be satisfied with that. Huh. Maybe it's probably just my mindset then. I can't not separate trying to do a cool combo with trying to win, you know? Because, like, obviously I want to do that cool combo. For me, it's because I want to win. I want to do that combo in service of helping me win the match. Oh! Oh! Played in the local tournaments for some real money, against real people. The closest playing against bots. Now I have Nintendo Online. Oh. Sora can recover from anywhere is the annoying part. It is, but this is, oh my gosh, this is such a back and forth. I can sense the tenseness. I don't know who I want to win. There it is. It's more annoying that his recovery is a big hitbox, so it's very hard to punish. Hero and Plant can testify, distance isn't everything. True. Although I still can't consistently spike Plant, which is unfortunate. I can't with Plant. Yeah, Plant is may not be a good character, but he's definitely a character that kind of directly counters me. You know, when Plant is standing there, charging up the spike ball, the only thing I want to do is what is it? Try to grab him. But if I grab him, then do a cargo, I'm underneath the spike. Huh. I mean, I don't understand what the... If somebody doesn't want to improve, if somebody's being good-natured about it, they don't care about winning, and they're just playing to have a good time, that's totally valid. I don't know why somebody would be upset about that. How many people have actually gotten upset at you about it? I mean, of course, I try to provide little tips here and there because I want you to win. I want you to receive that sense of accomplishment, just not against me. And sometimes you surprise all of us. Oh my gosh. That is horrible. Only people who show up once or twice and never come back. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Trust most of you guys not to be mean about it. I can be mean. I can be real mean. You want me to be... I'll say some real vitriolic nonsense. Yeah, but you're immune to me. Well, looks like it's cat season. That sounds like an open invitation to just insult you as much as I want to me. Just about to say that Saucy probably wouldn't be affected by you either. No, it's pilot season. Cat season. And then we flip it over and it says Zelrog season. The Banjo hate can get a bit annoying, but it is what it is. I'd want you to get really mad and be rude towards me for playing Banjo, barely saying anything in chat. Sometimes I just don't feel like saying something in chat. You could talk to me. We had so much good times together. From that time that you named yourself after a dead meme. 3, 2, 1, go! To the release of Banjo, That was a momentous occasion for all of us. We laughed, we cried. I think I peed a little. Smash really brought us all together. I guess that's the beauty of it, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Smash is a game that's so easy to pick up and play that loads of people can play it without having to really know much about fighting games at all. And if you're a Nintendo fan, you're going to get a lot out of it just because of all the fun references and callbacks that they do. Not to mention that a game like this can help you broaden your horizons in gameplay. I mean, if it wasn't for Smash, I wouldn't have tried Tekken, or Street Fighter, or Kid Icarus. Don't play Smash all the time because you got a job now. Oh, that's the rub, isn't it? We have to make money for people we don't like. Not me, though. I'm a freelancer, which is just a fancy way of saying unemployed. It was so stupid because when I did say something, he got even more mad and started contradicting himself. I apologize for not saying anything, but he said it was fine. But don't play Banjo without saying anything in chat. People will get mad. So I was wondering what the dude's point even was to begin with. He wants to win. I mean, that's the point, isn't it? Just want to sit on the floor of all day of... But our society gotta make strangers witch so I can sit on the floor some of the day. So true, bestie. You know, though, I have to say, that all the things that made me fall in love with Smash, I can go back and I look at Brawl, and Brawl just... Looking at Brawl's single-player and non-fighting content, there's so much there to enjoy. We were talking about this a while ago, but all the stuff in Brawl, from the boss battles to the adventure mode, to the classic mode, to target test, to the trophy descriptions, and the stickers. It's so much fun to just read and experience. I thought this was MCU music. That's the thing, though. He was playing Sora, which is arguably one of Banjo's worst matchups. Oof. I think the most annoying one I've dealt with is a guy complaining about my Sonic, and he wasn't even the one fighting in the match. This is just embarrassing. Didn't I say that? Brawl casually has risk of rain levels of lore. Yeah, but that's I don't need to pay attention to it because Sonic just spin dashed through Taboo's wings. You smell bad. You should go take a tower. You should go take a shower and touch some grass. That's just good life advice. Like, you know, if you smell bad, take a shower. Maybe spend some time outside and get you some vitamin D. Well, I don't need to. But that's just me. Did Pitt say he never learned how to read? Yeah, that's one of his Star KO voice lines. Go home and be a family man. Oh, wait, I beat you already. Didn't I? No, I didn't. No, I lost. Sorry. But you know that's a reference to Uprising, Celeste.
3, 2, 1, go!
Wouldn't know I've played Zero. That's okay. There's only 3 of them, and there's only one that people will tell you to play. Anyway, there's a point in the game where... There's a point in Kid Icarus where Palutena... So you know, Pit's ability to fly is given to him by Palutena. Normally those wings are pretty vestigial. So there's a point in the game where Palutena loses the ability to have Pit fly. And Pit starts falling to the earth, and he laments that he never figured out how to read. In the Japanese version, he's instead upset that he never got to eat all the food he wanted. Assume teaching Pit how to read slipped her mind. That's, yeah, I mean, Palutena, okay, look, Palutena, you look at her and he's like, yes, my goddess, but then she probably is the kind of person to go 5 days without ever seeing a shower and then wear pants that say juicy on them. I'm a little upset that he shielded that. I keep trying to catch people as they land, but people keep shielding it. You know, the worst part was I didn't spam spinning Kong that match and it still got shielded. You know what? Based on what I know from Palutena's Goddess dialogues, I'm gonna agree with that. Yeah. I mean, especially if you've seen the one short they made where she tried to cook. You ever heard of Kiko the Kangaroo? No, I can't say that I have. I'm sure it's some obscure tunes who I've never had the opportunity to watch before from either Fleischer, Van Buren, or Columbia. This gunner makes you cringe? Why? He's doing a good job. He's stopping me from getting in. I'm Donkey Kong. What's he supposed to do? Let me? Palutena is totally in the Y2K fashion. I think Palutena is more likely to go outside in sweatpants. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. Palutena, if she wasn't a goddess and she was a human, she would stink, okay? Yeah, Palutena radiates mom energy in the sense that mommy's gonna have her box of mommy juice while you play on your iPad all day, sweetie. And then you're like, can I have some? No, Pit, this is drinks for mommies. Palutena is that one sassy mom who barely takes care of her child but somehow manages. Her solution to making a mistake is to get Pit ice cream. I don't know who Pit's actual mother is, but it might as well be Palutena. And then Viridi is that aunt who, like, hates you. No wonder Pit is illiterate. Yes! My kid put a fork in the electrical socket. Maybe if I throw a new iPhone at him, it will solve everything. Yes! She's the kind of she simultaneously stinks, but she also, like, gets her hair done up nice and she goes out with the sunglasses in the convertible. Saying if she weren't a goddess, she would smell bad. Well, she would smell bad because she's a goddess, right? So they don't need to, like, bathe or anything. Palutena definitely forgets to bathe. You ever seen Manuela? You ever seen Manuela from Fire Emblem Three Houses? She's like this motherly older woman, like, type character, and she's like trying to get a boyfriend, right? And then but then you hear from someone else, it's like, I saw her just drop a whole sandwich on the floor yesterday and then she just ate it. Or when it's like, if you've seen her room, it's messy, like, to all get out. She's got papers strewn everywhere. Manuela and Palutena are like different sides of the same coin. Manuela is just more bitter than Palutena is. At least they're better moms than Professor Sada. Right on the ankles. Getting whacked with a keyblade in the shins is gonna be bad. The smash lines just make Palu sound plain mean. She's pretty mean. Sada straight up disappeared, never to return. Well, it's kind of hard to return when you're dead. After she was already cold, they kept throwing stuff on the pile to make you hate her guts. But she's better than Lusamine. You can argue that Sada was a bad person, but she didn't do much in the way of being a bad mother. Well, she just wasn't there. She was just negligent. Lusamine was actively being an abusive parent, but negligence is still a kind of abuse. What do you mean negligent? She, like, almost never spent any time with him, with Arven, like, at all. She was always working on that time machine. All we know, she was with her kid all the way until she died. We actually know she wasn't. She disappeared for a very long time. And we don't know when she died during that time. Hold on, I need to refresh my story to make sure I'm, like... Shortly after Arven was born, Sada was left without help, driving her deeper into her work and ironically causing her to begin neglecting the very people she had made plans for. Arven ended up growing up in the Lighthouse Laboratory on Poco Path on his own, never seeing or connecting with Sada due to the latter's newfound devotion to the Terra Project. She never saw him! She, like, never paid attention to him after popping him out. That's even worse, though, because, like, with the Turo, at least it's like, well, he's not the mother, right? Like, the mother you expect to at least have, like, a biological connection with their child. What's the source on this info? This is Bulbapedia. This estrangement was intensified by Sada's search for a more suitable assistant, leading to her creating an artificial intelligence copy of herself using the Zero Labs crystals to double productivity, as humanity does not possess the knowledge to develop a sophisticated AI in the time period the game takes place in, which is why the AI could not leave Area Zero. Together they were able to transport a second, more aggressive Koraidon to the present day in hopes that the two Koraidon could survive and thrive in their new surroundings. Sada's research was cut short when she attempted to stop a territorial battle between the two Koraidon, defending the passive one and taking a mortal blow from the aggressive one. This led to the destruction of Research Station number 4. Like a Mother's Day post about her? Oh, I gotta check that out. They made a fan cam for her on Mother's Day. But it's a fan cam of like a 3-second clip. It looks terrible.
3, 2, 1, go!
It's, you know what isn't explained though? Why does she dress like a caveman? Melody might be one of the few decent mothers in Pokemon. What about, oh, Melanie, excuse me. What about all the player characters' mothers? I mean, the worst thing that happens is that your mom in Gold and Silver and Crystal buys you items. Not abusive anymore, she's still negligent and oblivious. What about Lana's mother? Lana's mother's pretty good. But she's not in the games, is she? She's also not named. They didn't give her a name. We stand by Lana's mom. Red doesn't contact his mom for a whole 2 years between RB and GS. Oh yeah, why does he do that? Lusamine doesn't question Lily suddenly having PTSD and she lets her son leave the house without asking him why. She's just a mom from, like, the 80s. You know all those posts that people would make? Like, 40-year-olds would make about how they drank directly from... How they drink water directly from the hose and they left all day and they only showed up before dark. That's just the kind of parent she is. Lusamine casually commits anime abuse on the daily. In the anime? I know about in the game. I don't know about the anime, though. I mean, the game's idea of an annoying mom is just one that's a little too overbearing and a bit embarrassing. Gladian's running away also makes no sense if she's a good mom, but the writers didn't seem to care and they did it anyway. I don't know why they were afraid to... I don't know why they were afraid to make her, like, an actual bad guy. Maybe it's because they wanted Team Skull to be the bad guys? Team Skull are the good guys? Well, they're clearly not good guys, but they're also against the Aether Foundation too. So, you know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Let's not forget also how they whitewashed her husband. They whitewashed and slimmed him up. You know, I never thought about it, but that might be... There's very little times we actually see somebody in Pokemon having both parents. Wally has both parents. The protagonist in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald has both parents. I don't know if Hau and Hop have parents. Hal has his grandfather and Hop has Leon, whose Charizard is undefeated, by the way. Hal abandoned his family because of the pressure of being the Kahuna's only son. Interesting. Pokemon having only one parent makes it feel less weird for them to go on an adventure. Huh. You mean the anime? Because the anime house says he was traveling with his dad, but we never see him. No, I meant the games. I don't remember them mentioning his dad, really. He just threw... Bye! It's a special post-game NPC. Ah. And I also didn't play Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Whoa, someone's freaking out over that piano. Guzma is also implied to have an abusive family. Hmm. I think Pidgey has some issues. What do you mean? The Disney magic up throw. Second rage quit. Okay, good. I'm glad we had to get to 52% before you realized what was up. Well, if Pidgey does it a third time, I'm gonna move him. Wow, guys, I actually did it. I actually did a bear train all the way to the edge. This track is like the sequel to the Resident Evil Basement. Yes, but this actually sounds better. Oh, my stomach. It's growling. Oh, you know what I found recently? I played this mod for Sonic Adventure that is a total conversion of the game to make for Klonoa. And I have to say, it's pretty fun. A wicker snack. Yes, I could do... Hey, does anybody have a pizza? I need a pizza. Found a day-old slice in the junkyard. I can't be picky. But the music for the Klonoa mod changes. It changes the music and the and like certain stage fights. Like it adds enemies to certain boss fights so that Klonoa can fight them. Is there an arena code? There is. Exclamation point SR in the chat should get you the code. Pineapples. I do like me a nice Hawaiian pizza. Tails was just talking normally. Oh, Jess Knuckles and Son. Who were they? Were they like Franklin and Lamar? Oh, okay. Well, glad you could have said hi at least. Sonic was CJ? CJ and Franklin. Yeah, alright. If it was... Oh my gosh. If it was CJ and Ryder, that would be hilarious. Where's Big Smoke? He's Eggman. You know, I was looking into the story and some of the development behind GTA San Andreas, and I found out that Ryder wasn't originally going to be a villain. I gotta try my hardest here. Okay, great. Evened it up. Okay, great. Oh, yes, I've seen the yellow question mark mod. That one's great. There was a mod for Gamma that turns him into Tails in the mech. Although that mod didn't work when we tried the multiplayer mod, so we had to switch over to, we had to switch over to the Omega mod instead. Things could have been real hairy. Donkey Kong is always real hairy. Speaking of things being real hairy and real fast. Come on, that was gold! That was comedy gold! It was so funny I caused him to leave. Tiberius. It must be distracted by something. We get it working, I might be down for that. It requires Parsec. Gotta be kidding me. Not only did I not B-reverse it for the easy kill, he just gets it for free. Ah, that's Falcon for you. Just always... Is there a way to play Falcon without it being sweaty? I've never seen a Falcon player not be really sweaty. And I feel like that's just kind of inherent to the character's design. Does everyone have to share a screen? Yeah, pretty much. You gotta be joking. I caught that landing. What defines sweaty in this context? Well, Falcon always applies pressure. He's never not constantly rushing towards you to grab and not let you go. That's just how Falcon works, right? Like, I can't play defensively because Falcon has all this movement to get out. You ever played Detroit Become Human? No. Falcon's laggy dash encourages going in. But they just grab me. They don't... Wait, how does a laggy dash encourage going in rather than whiff punishing? Wouldn't the laggy dash make it more likely for him to not? Because if he misses it or shields it, somebody else can get it? So... Oh. Wait, why does he... Does he need to whiff punish? But does he need to backdash? I don't... Is that his only combo starter, is dash attack? What I'm saying is, basically what I'm asking is, how do I slow down Captain Falcon and prevent him from just doing whatever he wants? Like, I tried spacing with Bear, but he just went through it. Out aggro him or whiff punish. Well, I can't whiff punish because he just keeps grabbing me whenever I shield. If I could remove the guesswork, that would be nice, but I can't. Okay, you know what? I have a bigger question. How do you learn while playing the match? How do you, like, figure out what to do during the match? Not after, right? Because you gotta, like, watch. Like, you have to watch all of your replays or whatever, yeah? But how do you do that during the match? His backdash goes nowhere near compared to other fast characters. His forward dash being laggy still does make approaching on the ground committal. I'm confused. Why does that force him to go in? That sounds like it would be bad for him to go in. If it's so laggy. Forward dash still goes far and is at least supplemented by his air mobility and normals. But a lot of Falcons just go for the grab when I fight them. Also, how do I punish him? As soon as he whiffs something, he's got another attack that's fast enough. It's like Sora, right? If you dodge if you can't whiff punish the first hit of Sora's aerials, much like I can't whiff punish Falcon's aerials. I've never managed to scare a Falcon into having to play defensively. They always go aggressively, and I don't know how to stop that. Like, you see how much pressure Congus was putting on didn't scare Tiberius at all. He still went in for it. But for defensive mobility, Falcon only has backdash and 4. No one can hope to make a wall with Falcon moveset. Maybe you're too busy thinking about other things? Well, I am trying to talk, but I usually do a lot better when I'm talking to someone else than when I'm trying to focus on the match. What's a good way to quantify improvement so that you know you're actually doing better? Like, if I win more, I suppose that's one thing, but if I'm not winning against the right kind of people, and and that's why you train, so you can win against the right kind of people. Falcon's dashback is what one would call horse racing. He's very easy to hit during it. And if he tries to hope for punishes too much, he's going to get hit during the attempt. So instead we use his speed to pressure and stuff out the opponent instead. Huh. Oh, okay. So, I guess you can't really force Falcon to not be aggressive. Not an ultimate, no. Well, then, by that point, I should be able to get whiff punishes all the time, but they keep going... Falcon keeps going for grabs on me. And then I just get comboed for a million years, and I can't retaliate. Maybe... Can I join your arena? If there's space, just type !SR and you should get a code. The grabs that you spot, pot dodge, or jump dash attack to beat the jumper, get shielded, or nair to catch the jump, or spot dodge, but you get punished harder for... They can't see it, Zelrog. They're on YouTube. YouTube has the command now, too. Trying to think. So, is it just hoping that Falcon messes up and picks the wrong option? Was that last match just a series of really bad guesses on my part? Excuse me. You just got Naminé beat you up like that? Naminé and Kairi. Someone should make that a mod. I bet a Roxas mod already exists. Well, yeah, that one's easy. Oh, I thought Castle Crashers made its own music. I didn't know it used other songs. Basically that, a guessing game. The other option would be to whiff punish, but DK is massive and easy to hit, so he has to. That's a little disappointing that a matchup is entirely down to a guess. That there's no certainty that I will be able to do anything to take care of it. I guess mixing up whiff punish with punish on shield. What's the difference? If someone misses, you attack back, right? If they hit your shield, you attack back. Is that the difference? Punish means the attack didn't hit anyone, not even shield. Well, then I guess no, I haven't, because I can't get away from... I can't run away from Falcon. And if I jump, if I jump or shield, he can do that he can do the up air to cover both anyway. And then I can't grab him until he lands. And wife punishing. Whiff punishing. But then the Falcon can read that as an extend more, which you can be punished just for by not dashing back. I mean, I guess I'm not, but I can't get away from Falcon anyway. So I don't know if whiff punishing is gonna help. Like, how am I as DK supposed to run away from Falcon? Ultimate actually can be done by dashing back, retreating when at burst range. Going to the corner immediately immunities whiff punishing as an option. You have to play a range game. But we have the same range. Man, there's so much information you have to keep track of in every single matchup. I don't know how there are people who can just see it, immediately understand the situation, and then decide what to do based off of that. I wish I could stop guessing. I wish I could know what to do. Because there are definitely people that know what to do. And I know they know what to do because your Falcon trashed me. I didn't get anything. Well, I think I got one stock. I don't remember. Creamy donuts. There's a lot of extra letters there. Hello, donuts. But, you know, a single stock doesn't win matches. And it definitely is not indicative of good play. Maybe I just guessed luckily. Your Giga Chad from YouTube. Ah, I see. Because there's more Smash streams on Twitch. That's true. There is a lot more Smash streams on Twitch. But I hope you guys all know that if Twitch ends up getting worse and worse, I may have to switch to YouTube completely. I don't want to, but it may have to happen. That's why I tell people to join the Discord so much, so that they can keep up. Why? Because Twitch is changing its rules. Getting some new YouTube faces from the Toon content. True. People like those. The last stream I did, the last one I did before today, the one about Rhapsody Rabbit versus Cat Concerto, got like 5,000 views. That's really good for me. People seem to really like what I have to say, I suppose. How many views? 5,000. Pretty good for a small YouTuber. Hey, I'm not that short. Just insulting my height. Leave him alone. I'm the gnome here. Is everyone short? Okay, who's tall? Raise your hand. 5'11", so basically a dwarf. What constitutes as tall exactly? For women, I'm pretty sure it's like 5'10". For men, it's 6 foot. But for toons, I don't have an answer. Like, what's the average? You gotta be somewhere in between Willie the Giant and Inch High Private Eye, right? I feel like Mickey is the toon standard. Mickey's pretty short. Because you gotta remember, there's all those anime dudes that are like 5'9". Mickey is Mario-sized. Mario's Mickey-sized. You know what? I could believe that. I could believe that Mario is Mickey-sized. Shorter than 5 feet, that's all I say. Huh, I've only got 2 feet. Animate this 14-year-olds with the build of a wrestler. Woody is also about that. Woody is not... Oh, Woody Woodpecker, not Woody the Cowboy. I'm pretty sure Woody's smaller than that. Looney Tunes are kind of tall. Taz is like the size of Mickey. Bugs is at least a head, shoulders above Mickey. Daffy is shorter than Bugs. Elmer's tiny. Oh gosh. The fact that this music started as soon as Sonic won the match. It's pizza time, Shadow. Based on more measurements. Oh yeah? Well, Mario and Sonic are about the same size. Sometimes I wonder if you'd like me to say the main characters being Bugs Bunny and Master Roshi. Wait, Lum? Is Lum the main character, or is it the dude who's like the basis for every milquetoast boring protagonist in anime ever? Taru. His visual design isn't crazy, but he's a character. I figured that was the case. Oh, shoot. I keep forgetting, that's not Congus. Siana's kind of a show-off. Yeah. You're the same height as Heihachi Mishima, though. Wait. Huh. That's tall, isn't it? .5'10". Oh, that's my height. Mewtwo is supposed to be 7 feet tall. I don't think anyone's beaten this guy. I've beaten him before. It's not hard, it just takes a long time. Yeah, I've beaten Soriano before. It's not that he's particularly amazing, it's just that Sonic has a gameplay style that slows the matches down to a crawl. And if you're not willing to put up with the patience of that, it's just horrendous. But you can win, and I have. It's just not very fun. But what am I gonna do? Police how people play the game? That's ridiculous. No matter how fun or not fun you make it, you win, right? So it gets results. What's the code? Just type it. !! Arena. Check your list of completed games yet. No, I haven't gone over it yet. I will soon. Because I'm going to remove some games from there so that they're going to be open to try again. I have the list of Sonic games you played pre-rebrand. Well, I'm glad your priorities are in the right place. Thousand Year Door when? I'd be willing to redo Thousand Year Door. I still haven't picked the next game I want to do after Emerald, but I did just do 2 RPGs in a row. It's not on the list. I must have missed it. But I definitely did Paper Mario N64 and Sticker Star, not Sticker Star, excuse me, and Super. Super's not that short. But, you know, TTYD is kind of short. Yeah, and I like TTYD. Riders is short. Oh. Yeah. Ooh, nice. Can't wait for Battle Network to finally go on sale. Well, I'm not really in the business of buying new games right now. I'd love to be. I would definitely be playing Pikmin 4 if that was the case. Well, actually, I have Pikmin 3 to do first. I also suck at Sonic Riders. I've tried playing it with some friends a lot. They play this competitive version of the game that changes some things. You don't need to play 3. What do you mean I don't need to play 3? Pikmin 3 is good. Wonder if free gravity is easier. I think it is. But also, Sonic Riders, the first 2 Sonic Riders are just not very friendly towards beginners anyway. Somebody has modded free riders, so now you don't have to, excuse me, Sonic Riders Zero Gravity is the one that's a little bit more difficult. Sonic Free Riders was recently given a mod to, allow you to play it with a controller as opposed to the Kinect, and it's really easy because of that. Like, the game goes at a very slow pace because they're intending you to use motion controls. And it's not the ideal way to play it. You know, the game was designed to work with the control scheme it had. Very nice, Tiberius. I don't even think the story is worth bothering. I mean, the Riders' stories were never really amazing to begin with, let's be real. But it is the only time Eggman won. He got that carpet. I've never played a Tony Hawk game, by the way, since you mentioned it. Rider 1's story was lackluster, but Free Gravity was semi-interesting lore-wise. I bought Thug 2 on PC, still have to resort to a downloaded version. It's impossible to get those old disc games working. Oh, you bought? Right. Kind of wish we get to see the Babylon Rogues do more stuff. Ah, well, good attempt, Tiberius.
Piece of cake.
Got Lego Island to work on PC. That is impressive. Lego Island? My goodness, Lego Island. Don't worry, you'll be fine, Celeste. You're not gonna die, you're just gonna suffer. Yeah, own any Zeldas you haven't played? I have played, let's see, I own Zelda 1 and 2. I've played both. I've only beaten 1, I haven't beaten Zelda 2 yet. I own Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, I've beaten both of those. I own Link to the Past, I've never beaten it. I have... I might be willing to... I should probably go back and do a Breath of the Wild playthrough. At some point. Let's see. What else haven't I done? I have Phantom Hourglass, which I've beaten years ago, but I never streamed it. I also have Spirit Tracks, which I've never done either. We did Wind Waker together. I don't have Twilight Princess, but I would like it. I also don't have Skyward Sword. But I would probably want to play the original version, not the new one. I think that's all the Zelda games I, like, own. The main ones I haven't finished are Link to the Past and Zelda 2. Why not the new one? I think that it would be better if I played it with the original Wii motion controls as opposed to using the analog stick. You know, it's about game design and intent kind of thing. Good job getting a stock on him. I think it would be more comfortable, honestly, just to play it on the original hardware. Goodness, Saucy has gotten 2 9s on Judge. True! I didn't even make note of it, but Saucy, Celeste, you have been... You got it! Oh, there it is, stock number 2. Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword are pretty long, not Tears of the Kingdom long mind. I don't imagine they're that long, and I kind of get it. Oh, I got too excited. Look, you got 2 stocks. That's better than I did. Your completed game list if you stream Smash Ultimate. You don't have to stream it anymore. You know, I've never done Smash's World of Light. Maybe I should do World of Light at some point. I've been playing this game for so long and I never streamed me playing World of Light. If you ever do Majora's Mask, I'd love to be on for that. Well, we did it a long time ago. But, you know, I wouldn't be against doing it again. Never played it, you just never streamed it. I never streamed it. I have all the spirits. Do the randomizer. Hey, I did that one too. I did multiplayer Zelda randomizer with Zelrog a while ago. They had Diddy Kong. But, to be fair, I'd be willing to do Majora's Mask again. I'm gonna go through my list tonight, and then I'll get you guys. I'll set up a new list of games that I've completed like recently, and 3DS version of Majora. I don't own it. If I did, I would. I actually do have the 3DS version of Ocarina. Bet it's cheap. No one wants it. Oh, sure. I'm glad I did all my game collecting 5 years ago when games were a lot cheaper. Low-key kind of enjoyed World of Light when you had some powerful spirits for a second playthrough. Oh, you did like New Game Plus? When I tried a little bit of the New Game Plus version, but I got a little bored because I had like just done it, right? I like recently just completed World of Light. I bet that Japanese Wario 3. I'm sorry to tell you, Conker, but Japanese copies of games are usually extremely cheap unless Japanese copies of games usually extremely cheap unless you, what is it? Unless you have a game that was only released in Japan type stuff. I think we have enough time for 2 more matches. Looped. Well, if Zelrog wants to gentleman this one, he's free to do so. But otherwise, Soriano, I'm gonna have to ask you to get to the back. You didn't fight them. Nope, okay, they didn't fight. They fought Congus, though. Nice. Also, probably only when, if I'm more popular, which is likely not going to happen anytime soon. Why don't you use me to springboard your career to stardom? What do you think I'm doing here? Oh, okay. Excuse me. I thought you liked me. Power of friendship could possibly take the Sonic out. Darkness, light, darkness, light. But why darkness? But why light? Hello, Roxas. I am not Roxas. Goodbye, Roxas. I am not Roxas. Get this Sonic's head next time we meet. Well, he comes around every so often. It's not every week. Come forth. Blue Eyes White Dragon. That's not how it works. Understood. Come forth. Blue Eyes White Dragon. I love how whenever they say, okay, I believe you, they always use that clip of Ventus saying it, and they just overlay it with the character's face. My favorite is I do not believe you. That's a good one. Okay, we believe you. Okay. Can you stop saying that? Xehanort only ever saying Keyblade. Oh, yes. Keyblade. Darren likes introducing our newest member. Bad character. I mean, Shion. Nope. Okay, actually, there isn't enough time for another match. Sonic managed to make this match go over 4 minutes. Good job on that second stock. Living. Sonic's the name, slows his game. It's true. There it is. That almost took 5 minutes. We love Sonic the Hedgehog. Ah. Well, I hope you all liked that. You know, I had a good time today. I enjoyed myself, I have to say. Okay, but that's gonna be all for me for now. I hope you guys liked that. Tomorrow, we'll be back with the art streams. You all voted for it, and the winners, from what I can tell so far, are Felix the Cat and Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. So, hope you guys will enjoy that. Zelrog won in our hearts. Zelrog won our hearts. Have you seen his fan club? It's massive. What else? Oh, yes. Then on Monday, I'm going to be doing more runs of Pokemon Emerald Rogue. Because, my gosh, that game is so fun. I'll be seeing you guys later. Join the Discord. Follow and here in YouTube. Have yourselves a very good night, and goodbye.